you. So, Damon, have you already hit your record button? And then Nick, you can hit your record button as well. Just be mindful of the cars in the area, and we do not go near vehicles at all. That goes in front of them, in between them, so forth and so on. And there are people walking just behind you, so be mindful of those of you with cameras, the 3 young ladies that are coming by. They don't want to be filmed. All right, let's spread out. Let's see what we got going on. I'm going to keep Jackson behind, so London can show him more about how to use that device. And
can I just be filming whatever?
I just touch this?
Yep, just go ahead and tap it.
Okay.
Click it.
This
one's actually probably one of the hardest ones to listen to. That's it. So when things start to come through, it's your first instinct. It's not about, I think I heard my name. You know, it's a matter of like, I heard my name. I heard Lauren. You know what I mean? Like, be confident in what you heard, because we're not going to be able to go back and check unless you're close enough to the camera that it actually gets something coming
off in that thing?
No, it's just the static in between radio stations. It's attempting to take it out,
but
it's hoping to look for words and spit those back to us.
Okay. Do you ever get people who have that gift where they can, like, feel people's pain and stuff?
Yeah, it's an empath.
Yeah, right. But do you ever have people that feel the ghost pain and stuff?
I see all kinds of people during this.
Yeah. Because
So,
I got a shot of back pain when we walked in here.
And here.
Did you hear this?
What'd you get?
I don't know.
It's the radio.
So yeah, maybe, and it is the radio. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Even if the DJ says, "Hey Toyota," I want to know that it says, "Hey Toyota." So
That's
Bobby
so
Joe,
weird.
with yours, every once in a while I'm going to say, "What are the last 3 terms you got?" There's one button right here on the right of the word.
What is it?
And it'll give you everything you typed so far. So
What is it?
try to
Bones?
take a look at it and kind of figure out what it is and scroll through it, and then you just.
Wait, let's walk in.
That takes you right back. So right now I don't really have anything.
This is really freaking weird, dude.
I think it likes me. I think I'm a good person for this.
I think we're in the wrong zone. When we were over there, we were picking stuff up. Let's go. I think it's... What did it say?
He said, do you retards know what you're doing?
No. I don't think I'm holding this thing well.
Are we being recorded right now?
Did you dummies turn your devices on?
Yeah, can you hear it?
Yeah, he turned it on for me. How did he...
Are we supposed to...
Oh,
Are we being recorded?
Yeah. What's yours saying? You look at me?
I don't think that's...
Highway.
That yours is...
Does it save the words to me?
Mine isn't even accurate. I feel like mine's just
Mine looks like 2.7 minutes per hour. It's weird.
I just hear goosebumps.
What was that? You know what was the weirdest thing when we walked in here though? I got a shot of Elizabeth, right?
What was
her name?
Eliza.
Oh, Eliza, but you're so right.
Eliza. Yeah, say Eliza.
That's what you're not supposed to say. It makes her
know.
mad.
So,
It makes her mad. Asking about the
You ask.
I'm not asking the kids' names.
Yeah, Emma's gonna get mad.
I'm not interested.
Are we being recorded?
I
mean, I don't know. I felt that. Ooh, I feel that.
I think it's touchy. I think that's a touchy subject.
Yeah.
You don't want to make her upset.
Something happened to her.
He said he'll tell
What
us.
was she got married, divorced and married or something?
She died, and he married another Eliza. So,
I thought she married another Charles.
is that right? I thought it was 2 Eliza else.
There were like 3 Charles.
Well, yeah, but those were the brothers or something.
Charles? There was, yeah. Be like Charles.
And they signed that
Is Charles here or is
Constitution.
Eliza here? Show yourself.
Oh, yeah, they could be on
Heard
here.
anything on that guy yet?
Yeah, we heard. What is it? What was it?
I haven't heard anything. It's not being real
Should
active.
we follow up with
I don't think we're being real receptive. They don't want to talk to
Reading.
us. Oh.
Reading.
Oh.
Reading. Better put that in notes.
Reading. We can remember that. Reading.
Wolf.
You might be picking up some of the
Car. Reading wolf car.
I feel like they're active in these corners. I feel like that's where it's at. Spooky over here. Woo woo! I'm not trying to tick anybody off. Woo. Okay. Reading, what was it? Reading wolf car.
This is background. Tell Eliza to show herself.
Oh, and should I keep the camera real still?
Yeah. Eliza, if you're angry that we're here, show yourself.
Well, I hope you're not upset. Sorry. We're just here for a good time.
Eliza, what happened to your children?
That your beautiful mansion is now a rundown parking lot.
Well, you know what? It's great downtown parking, though. It's a great space for whoever.
Here to help you.
Oh, I don't mean anything scary. I don't like ticking anybody off over there, you know.
Are you writing the
Start taking notes. What is it?
Reading wolf car, here to help you.
I listened to his podcast.
She's supposed to run over to the car.
Are you supposed to write it down?
On your notes app.
Granny?
He said this thing was
I keep getting chills.
That young boy over there is usually even closer to not one.
Yeah.
He's like, be evil, but I think that might. I'm like,
the
no.
kid.
I said, but I'm open to it. Oh, I'm walking over there.
I'm writing this down. Reading. Wolf. Car. Here to help. I wrote it down for everyone.
I bet there's crazy ghosts and whatever at that church. That's an old five church.
Eliza, who killed your
No,
children?
no, that's
Eliza,
scary.
what happened to your children?
Oh, no.
I'm looking for. Oh, it's her.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna see anything real. Oh, that's him. Whoa, I know.
I heard beautiful, like diamonds in the sky.
Oh, should we ask a question? Oh. I'm just moving. Yeah, you think over here. I think it's just like filming and. Oh, I haven't been looking at it this whole time. Yeah. Oh, is that that street sign right there?
I got a lot of
That sign right there.
A lot of words.
Like what?
Reading, wolf car, here to help, stomach and conflict.
What was that first two things?
Reading,
Okay.
wolf,
Wolf. That's probably one of our radio stations. It's called The Wolf. So I throw that stuff away because it's too common. I get it all the time.
car, here to help, stomach.
Stomach is pretty specific. It's not relevant here, but I'm still going to write it down just in case.
And
just
conflict.
In case. Conflict.
Is it
Still
because
pretty
of...
vague.
I 100% just got the word ghosts. Also, Hamilton.
Oh, that's my old neighbor's name. That's weird. He just moved out.
Is that how he moved out?
No, I still hope he's doing well. He's in Atlanta. Good guy.
Bobby Joe, you got anything going on there?
It was been on highway and then
That was a screech.
That's just in case. Alright, I think I'm going to rein it in on this one. There's not really a ton going on aside from the too much.
Can I turn this off?
Let's rein it in over back to the wall. Perfect. Love it. We don't always capture things on that every single time. I love how you guys are taking selfies with that camera, by the way. So,
Us?
yeah, I think it's funny. Like, you're like slowly scanning everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's funny. So, again, because that's a fun camera. So, Bobbi Joe's looking at me like, what are you saying? So, again, she's just having fun with it. That's what I want you to do. And it also looks like your light is dying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug that light in.
Okay.
So I'm going to take that from me for just a second. So let me tell you why we're here.
I just got to all the people standing really clearly.
Nice. And we're going to have a couple coming through us here in just a moment. So we're going to have to separate. But I wonder what that is going to mean. That means Whitney missed something in real time. So hopefully we get the rest of that message or whatever that means.
I was really excited about her saying, we are here. It said we are.
Hopefully we have more than one person here. There we go. Yep.
Sick.
Chris. There you go. So it should be much brighter now. So we'll leave that on at least until the next stop, and then we'll switch it back to the camera again, okay?
Okay.
All right, perfect. All right, so like I said, every ghost tour comes down here. I'm going to tell you the same piece of history that they talk about, but you're going to get a little bit more detail from me because we're ghost hunting, not doing campfire, marshmallow, ghost camp kind of stories, if you get my point. So this is Philadelphia Alley. This used to be called Jewelers Alley. This is where some of the duels used to occur in the city of Charleston. So I say some of them because dueling was illegal in the 1700s, and they had to find hiding spots. This happened to be one of them. So let's get into the story of the one we can actually prove. So, do you have something on there, Bobbi Joe?
No, I just said that's just so crazy spell.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I
Okay.
just like hearing.
All right. So, there's a doctor that moves down here from Rhode Island. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. For those of you that are listening to your spirit boxes, if you hear the song Brown Eyed Girl, we get it here all the time because it's part of his name. It's not coincidence. I should be mainly looking at the two of you because you're the ones with the earbuds in. So with that said, he moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. She has an attorney helping her out with all of this cash flow that she just received. The attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. He tells Amanda, get rid of the doctor. Dr. Ladd comes to Charleston to prove that he's not.
Can't remember where y'all.
So on his way into town, the coachman set him up to be robbed and killed. So we'll just put that out there. With that said, somebody was walking by and seeing exactly what was about to happen. That person's name was Ralph Isaacs. I stop on Ralph for just a moment, simply because Ralph has the same initials as where the doctor came from. Rhode Island, Ralph Isaacs. So you almost threw me off. So I was getting the letters RI all the time on the two red spirit boxes. So I bought the device that Jackson has. I wanted to get the exact letters to make sure I wasn't just hearing things. I can't tell you how many times we've had the letters RI come up when I'm talking about Ralph Isaacs. And it's in that consecutive order. That's exactly why you're looking for it.
Rubber.
It's an R. It's vague, but it's still an R. Now, Ralph tells the doctor, dude, you don't want to stay here. I know this guy. He's got a gunman inside, and he's going to try to kill you and take all your money. Come with me. You can rent a room from friends of mine at 59 Church Street. So 59 shows up here a lot, too, for you Spirit Box listeners. Now, he takes him up on the offer, and the two become friends. The longer the doctor stays here in Charleston, the more money he's making. He's proving his point that he's not after Amanda's cash. So, Dr. Ladd, well, Amanda got wind of this, and she's coming down so they can get married, and Dr. Ladd became known as the Whistling Doctor. Here's what I'm going to tell you about whistling ghosts. Every haunted city has one. It's a cliche. Ours just happens to be a doctor. So whenever you go visit another city, they're going to tell you about a whistling ghost. It's almost a guarantee. So there's proof of this one, and we're going to get to that later on. But back to Dr. Ladd and Ralph. They go see plays together. They can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. He gets better seats. That's just the way the hierarchy works here. However, on the way home from seeing Richard III, they're arguing over the new actress. Dr. Ladd thought she was great. Ralph did not. The argument turns into Ralph insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island. It gets very ugly. They go their separate ways. Now, you figured that Ralph has friends around town. He goes to see his friends at the newspaper. He puts an ad in the paper telling the whole city what he thinks of Dr. Ladd. Kind of a, you're a disgrace to society kind of mentality. Doctor saw the ad, but rebutted with, let's go to Dueler's Alley. We're going to settle this. I want you to keep in mind that this whole argument started over an actress. I know it turned into insults on his fiancée, but it started with an actress. Anyway, the two gentlemen come down. They take their 10 paces away from each other. And the doctor turned and pointed his gun in the air and shot his one bullet. He didn't want to kill his friend. He just wanted to have the courage and bravery to show up to the fight. But Ralph had his one bullet, and he puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. Dr. Ladd doesn't die, but he drops to the ground where his friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, where he dies 10 days later after refusing medical treatment on November 2nd of 1786. Now, why did he refuse medical treatment? He's a doctor. He probably thought it was, just lead poisoning. It's 1786. Gunshot wounds are a lot different. we're going to let this tour pass by because we're going to go about halfway down.
I realized that the crazy numbers I thought I saw were just this reflecting onto there. So,
Okay,
yeah.
good. See, debunked.
Debunked.
That's why I keep you around.
Awesome.
That's the normal size of a ghost tour.
Oh, wow.
I don't go that high.
Now you got too many gadgets for that.
Yeah, my bag's heavy enough. So, again, every tour will tell you to obviously listen for the whistles while you're down here. So, we have 3 cameras running plus my voice recorder. If the whistles are going to be there, it'll be on one of the 3 cameras or my voice recorder. However, your spirit boxes will also give us clues to whistles. We get whistling parts of songs with the word doctor immediately after. So take that for what it's worth. And it's just a whistle. I got little ones here and there. But every once in a while we'll get like a little tune or a melody. But again, it is always this quiet, even on a busy Saturday afternoon. It's also one of the most picturesque places we have in all of Charleston. So you can look down the alleyway right now and see it is absolutely stunningly gorgeous. So this is one of my favorite places. If you're going to try this on your own and use your voice recorders from your phones and hopefully capture a whistle later on, just keep in mind every local knows this story. Anybody walking up and down Queen Street on this side, in Cumberland on this side, throws a whistle down the alley. Me and London do it every single morning. For a garage, we passed it when we got here, but our office is that way. So we have to pass the alley on our way here, and we throw a whistle every time we got kicked out of here, right, Lo? Yeah, I thought so. So here's how this goes. I did get kicked out of here, and we're going to talk about that because that's a fun part of the story. You two should remember this. They're already laughing. Look. So, first thing you need to know is that the alley didn't go all the way through this way. There was a wall halfway between us and Cumberland Street, which is exactly why I stopped here at the gate. So, the reason why is because this is where they kept the livestock for the city of Charleston. It used to be called Cow Alley. The gate, because Jackson was actually asking me about the gate and what's with the courtyard over here. So the gate was in the event there was a loser to the duel. Remember, that the alley did not go all the way through this way. So if there was a loser, this was the shortcut to get to the cemetery on the other side of this wall right here. Otherwise, they have to walk all the way down to the end of the alley by Queen Street and then loop around, like double back, with a dead body. Because there was a loser to a duel to put them into the cemetery. So this is what I call the death gate because it's a shortcut. So again, kind of keep that in mind. The wrought iron gate probably wasn't there, probably early 1900s, but when you guys walk by it, you can definitely see that the archway is part of the original wall. So I say, Nick, are you ready? This is my punny of the night. We're going to go learn about some rated R pirates. Are you guys ready for this? Somebody got it. Good deal. Thanks, Damon. I appreciate that.
You didn't finish saying, I think, why you were pissed off about the creative writing?
Oh, I didn't because you guys interrupted.
I didn't.
Yeah, she interrupted. Because as a writer, I like facts and data. Pirate stories are lore, which means I have to read a shit ton about pirates of things I wasn't interested in at the time. Like, it was like, damn it, pirates. You know, where am I going to get like a good story? That's the reason why. So, but again, everything we're going to be discussing at the next location, minimum of 2 resources. I wanted to make sure we had as much factual data as I could possibly come up with. It is a very interesting story for sure, though. All right, rated R pirates, here we come. You guys ready? All right, keep your cameras running. We're going to be good to go right around the corner.
So, like, I don't know what I hit. I think I might have hit that guy over there, and then, like, me and W.
It's hot.
I know, I caught some of that.
Do you want to go sit inside somewhere?
Because W doesn't mean anything over here. I like how you guys are following London and on me. That's hysterical. She knows where she's going. She doesn't feel well, so she'll ask for the keys to the office, and obviously they're back. You know what I mean?
I feel like I'm 17.
I feel like I'm 14. In fact, we shouldn't be allowed to drive. Oh, anything in there?
Oh,
I can't wait to ship her off to school.
She's cute, she's bubbly.
March. It's funny that we've never like been to this little alley.
I've been in that one alley, and I only knew because Liv told me that that was the place people were shot when they went to freshman year. Yeah, to dueling, I forgot.
Yeah, that's Remy.
I want to do one of those places.
That's actually fun.
I couldn't do this shit drunk, though.
For what?
I couldn't do this shit drunk. You with this camera? Well, actually, it'd probably be about the same.
Honestly, that's so fun.
This is pretty valid. Huh? Yeah, I have a hard time keeping up with these people. They say interesting shit.
I'm aware of them.
I just like... Is it on? Wait, turn it on. It's need to be here soon. Crenshaw. Oh. I heard Crenshaw. Free your state. I really hear crazy things say. Is Crenshaw a name?
What?
It's.
No.
Wait, is one of the names Crenshaw? Because I thought I heard that on her radio. Crenshaw.
I heard inside.
Yeah, we heard different things. But I heard Crenshaw.
That's pretty.
Oh, this church is like so like European looking to me.
That's so pretty.
It's beautiful. I don't know, but I want to see the inside so bad because I know it's pretty. This is where someone important's buried up in there.
Robert E. Lee.
Yeah, one of those Confederate guys. Yeah.
Robert E. Lee's in the Mills house. Remember?
They said
He was
Calhoun. Is it James Calhoun is in this one? John Calhoun. Ooh, that's.
Wasn't Robert E. Lee at the Mills house?
That's
Yeah,
what I
he is.
said.
Pulling his pants down and running around in there?
Coming out of the alleyway, I got, were those the answers you saw? Which was very weird. And then just now I got 9744 coming into the parking lot.
Laura, you're very good at this, by the way.
I'm just good at listening.
What was that you said? No, I'm kidding.
Exactly. That's my husband,
What?
ladies and gentlemen.
Right. That's
Applause.
exactly right. That's what I would have done.
All right. Were those the
Even if I heard
answers? Answers you sought.
But it was weird because you saw it as like super formal, right?
Yes.
It's not something you expect to hear on the radio.
Out of the 1700s, right?
Yeah.
And what was the other piece? I'm sorry.
9744 coming into the parking lot.
It's a creepy looking little corner.
I don't know what those are. Anybody else hear anything? You thought you heard Crenshaw or inside?
Inside, yeah. She heard Crenshaw.
That's what I heard.
Interesting. Whitney, anything? And Bobby Joe?
A
how
bunch
we
of
doing
shit
over there?
happened in that thing. I can't remember now, but it was they had like gunpowder in there.
Got inside.
with
I
the
just got
earthquake?
Inside too. Yes. Inside again.
Another one. Interesting piece. Okay. All right. So this is where I get to take a break from the bag. Sorry if I'm too sweaty and you guys start to smell me. So we'll just blame London. How about that?
Thanks.
Perfect. So this place is a little crazy. Every tour stops here as well, but we're going to be discussing things a little bit differently. We're going to be looking at that building over there with the crosses on it. Those are not crosses on the building. Those are earthquake bolts. If you don't know what earthquake bolts are, they're basically turnbuckles. So they go all the way through to the other side and they look just like that on the other side of the building. If we have another earthquake like what we did in 1886, which we have not, by the way, you can turn those turnbuckles opposite and it'll tighten the building up so it doesn't incur any further damage. It's a great idea, it just doesn't work. So I bring them up simply because it's part of the reason why we're here. Those are the first set of earthquake bolts that Charleston ever put in. The reason why is because that's the oldest government building in South Carolina. It was finished in 1713. They needed to make sure it was going to be protected in the event that we had another earthquake. So we're here simply because this building would be something that Anne Bonny would recognize. So it was being built at the same time that she was coming here to start her new life. So for those of you that watch the TV shows, you've seen that Boo Buddy, right? So it's the teddy bear with the little blinky light K2 meter in it. So they use that because the child would recognize what that is as a toy and what it would come to it. It's the same principle with this building. Anne would recognize it because we don't have many buildings this old around the city. We have some, but not many. So let's get into the middle of this piece of history. Our history begins right in the middle of the construction. Try to follow me. There's a lot of twists here. So with those twists, I will slow down to make sure everybody grabs them because this is a lot of family moving around. So 1708, which by the way, the building took 10 years to build. For the adults in the room, does that sound like our government? Small building, 10 years? No, not at all. Anyway, so Laura's like, I'm not really sure. So, sorry, I had to point that out. She's not listening to me anyway. She's got the spirit box in.
I'm
So,
listening.
I made a joke about America.
Wonders of Scotland is what I was hearing in my ear while you were joking about America.
Oh, shit. Wow. You want to tell these folks why that's relevant?
I have no idea why that's relevant. I'm sorry.
Didn't you tell me something about being in Scotland
Oh
somewhere?
yeah, no, I saw a ghost in Scotland once.
That's right, you were there.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
German.
I know German, but I was like, there was something about Scotland. I just couldn't remember what it was. Okay. Anyway, back to why we're here. 1708, a young lady moves here from Ireland. Her name is Anne Cormac. She comes here with her father and his mistress. The mistress is Anne's mother. Are y'all with me so far?
Be so for real.
Okay, the three of them are running away from her father's angry wife. So how mad was she that she kicked them out of the country and they had to come out here? There's no airplanes in 1708. That's a long trip by boat. They land in Georgetown. Dad bought a plantation. Mom dies pretty quickly. That means Dad is now sending young Anne down here to sell things from the plantation to keep things afloat. So hence the familiar building. So Anne back home in Ireland was said to be a badass even back then. They say at the age of 7, 8, 9 years old, remember it's pirate lore, nothing is ever going to be exact, they say she killed a servant with a knife to the belly. Can't tell you how many times I've heard servant, knife, and belly from 3 people, and they don't know what the other 2 people have heard. So it happens all the time. Fast forward, the building is done in 13, but by 1715, pirates are starting to come through Charlestown. Anne is stoked. Why is she excited? Because she's going to fall in love with one of these pirates and earn her freedom, just like a man. It's a man's world at this time of the day. So anyway, first guy she falls in love with is James Bonney. And I say first guy because there's a handful. That's what makes the story so interesting. We're going to cover them all. James Bonney is a filthy pirate, and Dad does not approve. They run away to Jamaica. They get married, and Cormac becomes Anne Bonney. That's where the name comes from. So when they get down there, she realizes her new husband is not the Captain Jack Sparrow that she was hoping for. Captain Jack Sparrow is obviously a modern reference, but anyway, this guy turns out to be a privateer. He is a spy for the British, so he's a coward. This isn't what she wants. She falls in love again. Guy number 2. This is John Rackham. Everybody calls him Calico Jack. We'll discuss why he's called Calico Jack later on, but this is the guy that they based your Johnny Depp character off of, in case you were wondering who this is. He's a real person. He has his own ship, he has his own crew, and wants to be part of the crew, but you can't put a female on a pirate ship. Does anybody know why? Keep in mind we have kids in the room. Keep it family friendly.
Well, 40K.
Bad luck.
Oh, yeah.
It's bad luck to put a female on a pirate ship. So he makes a deal with her. If you dress like the crew and look like them, you can be part of it. But you're going to be a female in my quarters. She's okay with this. Why? Dad used to cross-dress her as a boy apprentice back home in Ireland to hide her from his wife. So she gets it. It's a man's world again, but she's a pirate now. Most of the adults in the room, we could put 2 and 2 together. She's a female in pirate's quarters, in Jack's quarters, so she's eventually going to get pregnant. You cannot have a pregnant pirate dude on the crew. Somebody's going to figure out that she's a girl.
So Milan.
Jack decides he's going to drop her off in Cuba before she starts to show her pregnancy. Go have the baby over here, come back later, and we'll figure it out. She goes and has that baby, but returns without a child. We have no idea what happened to the baby, by the way. She comes back dressed as a female. This makes Jack pretty angry because now everybody's going to know he probably vote him off the ship. He captured another pirate crew while she was gone giving birth. She's going to go flirting with that pirate crew because they're captured down below deck. Guy number 3. Guy number 3 turns out to be a female, dressed like the guy, to be part of the pirate crew the Calico Jack just captured. Now we have 2 females, dressed like males, on the same ship, trying to be pirates. This young lady's name is Mary Reed. She went by Mark Reed to become a pirate. Her and Mary became friends, possibly lovers. We're not going to really know for sure, but the British find out where they are. They send an entire fleet of ships to come take down one pirate ship. Rumor is that Anne and Mary were the only 2 pirates that weren't drunk enough to come up and fight with 1-bullet flintlocks, kind of like the same kind of guns they use for dueling. Just kind of give you that idea. Obviously, 2 ladies trying to take on a fleet of ships with 1-bullet guns is not going to work out. They get arrested. As they're being arrested, she looks at Jack, Anne does, and she says, "I'm so sorry to see you here, but if you would have fought like a man, you wouldn't be hanged like a dog." The word dog shows up on your spirit boxes a lot, just so you know. The judge wants to see the 2 quote-unquote men that fought back so valiantly. Now, what word do you have?
Just horrible.
Oh, you got a good dog. I'm going to be excited. But anyway, he wants to see the 2 quote-unquote men that fought back. He's already tried and hung Calico Jack and the drunk pirates that wouldn't fight, so they're dead and gone. The 2 ladies go in front, they reveal their gender, hoping to save themselves. The judge does not give a shit if they're female. They're still pirates, he's still going to hang them. "We've cleared our bellies," was the last thing they shouted, because you can't hang a pregnant woman in 1720. It's illegal. He sends them both back to jail, delays the hanging. Dad is still up here in South Carolina with all of his Irish money. Or all of his, he's going to basically bail out Anne and bring her back home. She remarries after she gets back up here. That's husband number 2, but guy number 4. We're going to count Mary because we don't really know, just so you guys have that inkling of thought. She has 4 kids and dies at the age of 84. Very abrupt ending for Anne Bonney because we don't know much about her after her pirate career. Mary Reed dies 5 months later in that Jamaican jail from whatever pirates die from in a Jamaican jail. Use your imagination. Most books will tell you it was something fever.
Sure.
I usually say call it romantic scurvy. Why the hell not? We're talking pirates. So here's what I left out of the story. I'm not going to assign questions here. This is also not a prominent English woman where you have to tiptoe around your questions. Poke the bear here. She's a kick-ass pirate, right? So here's what I left out. I left out the name of Anne Bonney's parents on purpose. So that's the father and the mistress. I also left out the name of Calico Jack's ship, so you can ask about that. The name of the city, or Anne grew up in Ireland has been coming up more and more lately, and the color of her hair. You can also ask any other question you want to in this location. Again, poke the bear. EMF readings in this location, do not get excited at the front of this space because of the electrical poles in the corners. So that would be Mike and Cody. Again, if you guys get things up in those corners, I'm probably not going to write it down, especially if it's between a 3 to a 7. So your baseline here is going to be a 2.5. And we'll see what we can get normally on this back half. We only have one vehicle in here, but as you can see, tours like to cut through here. People look at you weird. Again, you're the weirdos. So again, we'll do 1 or 2 round robins in here to see what we have going on. So Lydia, just so you know, the largest orb I've ever caught here, intelligent orb, has been at this location with your camera. 11 years of doing this, it was larger than my head. So, and it was near that brick wall up there by the powder magazine itself. So
that's right. They had the gunpowder in there, right?
It's a museum now, so you can actually spend $5 and get out of our heat for 5 minutes, for 30 minutes, and go take the tour in there for $5. Like I usually promote that place because it's so cheap and it's a great piece of our history. So again, if you need to get out of our cold or our heat, that's a great spot to go to. Your camera loves to act up in here.
What is the name of the ship? What is the name of the ship?
Hey, if you're hanging out, give me an orb.
I wonder what that means, guys.
What is the name of the ship? Mary? Mariah? What can I do? The name of the ship.
I remember learning about
Lydia said she wants to know if she can Les.
so many years
Yeah, I want to know.
ago.
was like-
Forget it. I'm trying to get some food. And I've gotten yelled at for giving people hints, so I'm not allowed to anymore.
What?
I know, right?
Are we being recorded?
Died. Well, other than her camera.
Is this just the camera flare, whatever?
What is the name of the ship?
This one doesn't even have it's about 25%. Like it's supposed to be
Are you seeing anything funky on that?
Yeah, so earlier, not really, but a minute ago, right on top, it almost looked like it would have been somebody standing up there.
Oh,
And it's
bizarre.
just like those lines. But
Yeah.
it was the upper half was up here.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. What about yours?
Nothing. He said I should see a crazy orb, though. We'll see if they're feeling crazy tonight.
Hearing that I got scammed. Murder. Utah. Murder in Utah.
Ask her if she's lesbian.
Are you lesbian? Shipwreck?
Did you hear shipwreck?
Yeah. Shipwreck? Did you hear that?
What was that picking up on?
The radio.
Cabbies?
picks up everything but it also
Uber drivers?
Shipwreck.
I think the guy that drove us around last night could be on there. Got this Nirvana stuff.
I think I just heard Bad Blood by Taylor Swift.
Oh shoot! Wait. Is it just the glare? Come look at this. I can't tell if this is just the light glare or what. What is that?
Is it moving with the camera?
Yes,
Yes.
the glare
It's
of the line.
the only one I can't get out of there. I have changed these guys a million times with.
I heard shipwreck.
That's just the glare of the light, but it's weird how it's like.
As long as it moves with the camera.
And Mariah, but I don't know if that's anything. Or Mary, Mariah. Or
I see a
Close,
ghoul.
isn't it?
Huh?
It's close, isn't it? Mariah, Mary.
Yeah.
It's not exact. It's a close but no cigar type of mentality with me. So if she were to hear the name Tommy earlier, I wouldn't be convinced. I want Thomas because that's what he wants. So what do you think, birthday girl? Is this what you think you signed up for?
She found it.
Yeah. Is this what you thought this was going to be?
Yeah.
Good. Good.
I don't really know what I expected, honestly. Take your picture. We live here,
Lauren,
so we see this all the time. We always
Not
see,
like this.
We've never. Well, I've never like stopped and looked. Yeah, no, not like this.
I'm the only one in the country that does it.
Really?
For real?
Country. There are other tours that claim to have devices, but A, they're not giving you the data back, and it's very cheap. Like, I don't spare expenses
Right.
at all. Like, I keep upgrading and upgrading and upgrading. So,
How'd you get into this?
I do
Oh,
not.
I also heard. What did I hear? Murder.
That's true.
Murder. Earlier. Murder.
What's the craziest crap you've ever seen
On a tour or in general?
in general? Like those wise.
That's a hard question. I've been doing this a long time.
Do you see some real freaky stuff?
It
You
just
ever
doesn't-
get scared?
It freaks people, like layman people out, just not me. Like,
Smoke. Smuggler.
that's interesting.
Smug. Sorry.
Do you ever see something really clear in this camera? Like people type deal?
It's more orbs on that one, is what we thought. I was like, every once in a while I'll get like a light anomaly that I can't make out the shape, because I do a lot of debunking with bugs and things like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, if I get, because I look, there's certain criteria that I look for to make sure it's a legitimate orb and not an insect.
Right.
I've got to make sure it's moving in a certain pattern. It
Right.
appeared in frame, disappeared in frame. So again, I want it moving intelligently. And when
Okay.
you see like that giant orb that I was telling you about earlier that I caught over there, because that's going to be in your field guide. Because it's always going to be something that kind of
Yeah.
give you an example of what to look for. But that's the film that I use, is that giant orb. That was something. I just couldn't hear what it said. It's not easy, is it?
Takes a lot of brain power.
Yeah. Whitney, anything?
What's the name of the ship?
Wait, we need to ask about that baby.
What?
Ask what happened to that baby.
What happened to that baby?
Wait. Ask her what happened to that baby. Did you? Well, you can't say yes or no.
Did you eat the baby?
Oh,
Did you eat your
said
baby?
yeah, because they eat the
said-
placenta.
She
Kim
probably
Kardashian
killed
did.
it.
It said the dango ate my baby.
My mom always says that.
That's
She
what I'm
can't bring a
saying,
baby on a pirate ship.
said
Maybe
a-
it died.
How
Maybe
about
it
you
died
gonna
at
tell me it
birth.
said abortion?
Oh, true.
Is there abortion on there?
It said that.
No, you're not.
It said go angry.
She was busy.
Weekend, the silent.
She probably visited the bar a lot.
Bar.
Yeah.
Sounds like my mom.
The baby was horrible, so she had to
She
convey
had to keep it
another plan.
silent.
Oh, that you saw died in. Ooh. Wait, we gotta ask her a question. She
What is the
sounds
name
like
of the
crazy.
ship? I want to know the name of the ship.
Anne Bonny's ship. I used to know all about Anne Bonny.
She's
Really?
a cousin Bonnie.
Yeah, not related. I don't think.
No, but I mean, it's been so many years.
Yeah. Blackjack came around this part.
They were nasty. Pirates were nasty.
Dirty. They all died of like scurvy and syphilis.
Luck.
Was that the name of the ship?
Luck of the Irish. Were they in Ireland? Where was she
Oh, Ireland, right?
Look at
Yeah.
the Irish.
from? He won't put that together.
This is cute. Where's it from?
Airy, offline.
We love Airy.
Live by it.
Love Airy.
I was literally doing dishes and crap and you called. This is the highlight of my night.
I know,
though.
it's the highlight of the month. What a way
Yeah.
to end the month.
Thank you guys for bringing this. Is the
The month
coolest
isn't
crap
even
ever.
over.
We were shoplifting it earlier today.
Dude.
I said we were shoplifting it.
Girl, the prices in there, this economy.
Yeah.
Who's really stealing at that point?
I would not. I am not going to hell
It's
for
a
stealing.
yeah. Well, it's a tacky charge too.
See,
My mom always says, "Oh, that's so tacky." It's a tacky charge. You have that on your record. They're just like, she's tacky. You know?
I'm not going to hell for shoplifting. It'll be something better than that. God's not going to be like, you were shoplifting, you're going to hell. It's going to be for like killing somebody.
Yeah. Let's shout out Bonnie and Bonnie.
his dog off a bridge.
Always.
Oh. Bonnie, what you up to?
Good.
I'm fine. I'm sweating like a dog in the chair.
Wait, I want to know. Ann, was it Ann Bonnie?
And Bonnie.
Ann Bonnie, what you up to these days?
And Bonnie, what you be doing?
Where's
Bonnie,
the party?
Is your spirit not settled?
And Bonnie, are you here?
Or is she in the feeling?
You know?
And Bonnie, are you here?
Jack Sparrow. And Bonnie.
She said, still talking about me?
She didn't.
Sometimes.
And Bonnie. The two women should have took over the ship. She died at 84 though. That is like decrepit back then.
Yeah, that's weird.
You got anything weird coming out of there?
Yeah, what did I say?
She got locked.
She said,
What'd you get?
I don't have anything.
we said, Aunt Bonnie, are you still with us? And she
But
said,
you
"Stop
had luck
talking
a couple
about me."
minutes ago, right?
Yeah. We sought luck of the iris.
Yeah.
Where did you get how long ago was Mary?
I got
Out
married.
there. Right
At
there.
Philadelphia Alley or back
no,
here?
right here.
I got married.
Because remember,
You had
Horrible
Mariah.
was out
Mariah
there.
or Mary?
You had Mariah.
But you know
I said
what?
Mariah
You know
or
what I
Mary.
thought was interesting? When you were talking about him getting shot in the knee, ankle came up. I mean, I thought that was interesting.
It is, but we've also had the word knee show up. Or the song Hands on My Knees will come through on somebody's spirit box.
Like that rap.
Hands on my knees.
But people laugh about it not realizing like we're about to enter the alley. I'm about to tell them about somebody who just got shot in the knee.
Right.
So they don't know. They laugh and they're singing the song Hands on My Knees. And I'm like, yeah, that's the thing.
What's the name of the show?
I'm going to tell you all
It
this.
won't tell me. The world won't tell me. The universe
I
won't
used to
tell me.
know all about Anne.
Spirits, tell me the name of the ship.
Oh my god.
The funny thing is yours is the only one that will give us the full name. There's abbreviations for the other spirit boxes. Yours is the only one that would give us the full.
Here?
I don't know how you can get a word out of that thing.
It's not easy.
Thank you.
Bank? Bank?
I heard thank you.
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
hazards?
Sounds like somebody's tuning into old radio.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like hitting the seek button in your car.
So all these ghosts are just MC Hammers these days, just
much.
like
Yep.
flipping, flopping.
Again, it's a 50-50 shot. So when I'm doing my own investigations, I run one slow like this, and then I run one fast. And then I kind of see where things fall.
Okay.
So we're going to talk more about that later.
They
So
might
let's
not
talk
be
about more stuff.
active.
Mike, anything at all? Nada.
No, so went up to the front.
Cody, anything?
Is this just the flicker of the light? It's like, yeah, okay. I thought I was going to see something cool. There's nothing cool. These ghosts don't want to entertain us.
See anything inside that church? Or whatever?
This was a gunpowder thing.
They got any blow in there or what?
Good
Is that where they store the Charleston blow?
freaking night. They know we're knuckleheads.
Let's sit on this wall.
True.
Let's sit down and let it get up.
I'm shut down.
Her husband's very present.
Looks buggy.
All right, so it seems like all of these spirit boxes, communication devices, like you guys are having like personal conversations. You have some definitive answers, or you have some definitive answers that were like things coming back to you. Nothing that was provable evidence to me. I did break down a few things that did pop up. Again, the word luck that showed up on the word list, it's a bit of a stretch because Irish luck is a phrase, but that doesn't mean that that's what they were trying to tell us. I would be more interested if it said Ireland or Irish, if that makes more sense to you guys. It's a little bit more definitive. So, again, those of you with cameras, if you want to give them a break, by all means do so. I know Nick is like working hard over there. He like doesn't want to stop recording.
You what? He's not actually legit because he has a
Going down?
Can you hear us, dear?
Laura, can you hear me? Perfect. Okay, she can't hear us. We're good. So, it is 11:16. We are officially begun.
Why is there firework?
Henry Timrod, can you tell us about what's going on with the image you just sent us? Can you tell us what that is? Henry?
Who's that?
You're not supposed to know yet.
Oh. There's like an abandoned like prison with like or house.
Henry Timrod, can you push through and tell us your occupation, please?
Ooh, what is in the ground? Are there bodies? Ew. Okay,
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
They look like peanuts.
Henry Timrod, can you tell us? She's not hearing anything.
We're sick and tired of hearing about it.
Henry, are you tired of me coming here night after night to talk to you? That's a yes/no answer. This is the guy that's a little irritated with me, by the way, just so you guys know.
Through.
Who's we? Tell us who else is here. Henry, who else is with you tonight?
I'm a person.
Okay. We are also people, and we're trying to talk to you. We want to learn about your life. It's fascinating. Tell us your occupation,
You have
please.
to be willing.
Tell us your occupation. Bobby Joe, you watching your word list? Because sometimes these answers go straight to you. Henry Timrod, tell us your occupation, please. Love how.
No.
Are you Henry Timrod? Henry Timrod, are you here? Or are you somebody else? Kind of weird, isn't it, Lauren?
I'm going to show you.
It's just a thing that's
How are you going to show us? Are you going to show us through the new green box? Show us who you are.
Lots of pits.
Henry Timrod, I need you to push.
What have you got?
I want you to push through and tell us your occupation for verification that you are here. We're keeping it nice and simple to start like we always do.
I hope your family's enjoying it.
That's an interesting piece. Maybe they're talking to you directly since you brought extra people this time. I hope your family's enjoying it.
I'll make it happen.
Henry Timrod, who do we want to speak about tonight? Do we want to talk about your son or do we want to talk about your wife? Or do we want to talk about you directly?
I will join you
We're hoping you will. We're being respectful.
from Mount Pleasant.
You got
Oh,
Lauren.
I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, a woman, like someone laying down on a
I'm in the
couch
shadows.
or a bed.
Okay.
They
Levitation.
look sick.
And she's got somebody on a bed.
Yeah, mine says levitation.
Henry, do we want to talk about your wife? That's a yes/no question.
They're in a dress of blue and pink and purple. Or maybe
What time period does that dress look like it's from?
Okay.
like a long time ago.
How long?
I don't know. I don't know why.
You're a magnet.
Maybe like
And
the
you're up next.
Henry, you just gave us an image of a woman. Can you tell us who that woman is, please? You're listening, right, Whitney? Okay.
Can't tell you how many times and then it said the Lord said.
I know we've talked about your wife before, but I have a new group of folks here that would love to hear directly from you who is in the picture. What is her name?
I see a red hallway with a
From
yellow
Kansas?
light. Yellow light.
Yellow light in a red hallway?
Yeah.
Okay.
both need to go back there.
Where are we going, Henry? Are you talking about you and your wife? Maybe back to where you
The
met?
black room. Oh, I didn't catch that.
Henry, she's doing very well, by the way. This is almost conversational.
The answer's not available.
Oh, no shit, you haven't told us anything.
In the building, behind us.
What color is the room that we need to go to? What color is the room?
Love me, love.
It's been 5 minutes, so everybody knows how long we've been under.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't feel like that, does it, Lauren? Didn't think so. Henry Timrod, you need to give us a little bit more detail.
David.
Who is David? The name has been slipping through quite a bit. I'm going to bypass it and move on. Henry Timrod, tell us the name of the woman that was in the vision that Lauren saw. What is your wife's name?
I've never heard of that location.
You could tell me her maiden name, and I'm okay with that. I know it's probably easier to tell us her maiden name than it is her first name.
Introduce 230 specific places?
Lots of places. Henry, tell us your wife's maiden name, please. It's a good one for everybody's reference, so the word good would actually suffice
A
in this
smidge
location.
ahead.
What is Katie's maiden name?
Low country.
Your glasses are completely clogged up, by the way, just so you know. Lauren, how you doing over there?
Good.
Anything crazy?
Oh, it's just this white firework.
Smoke.
No doubt.
Henry, do we have somebody else here with us that maybe wants to say a few words? Henry, let's get back to you then. Tell us your occupation, please. You never did give us that answer. Anything, Bobby Joe, at all?
It says bath.
That's all.
Are we done for the night? That's a yes or no.
But was it really?
Henry.
We're here again.
Yes, we're always here, every night. Henry, do you want us to leave?
Some people buy the traffic.
Henry, would you like us to leave and go home?
The keys to a nice house. Turn your something, I didn't hear that part, up now.
Henry, would you like us to leave and go home? We're down to about 1 minute, Henry.
As you face us,
You need to tell me if you want us to go home.
we're going to flash at you. Side what? Oh.
I have the name Victoria on here.
Wife's name was Katie.
There's lots of stories, lots of books. I've seen so much.
I like lots of books. Anyway, we're going to call this quits. So, Damon, get ready to tap her out. So, in 5, 4, 3.
Let's try again. We're prisoners. We're fortunate to have. We're back.
Henry, this can be too much for us to do for long periods of time. That's why we're only here for 10 minutes. One last call. What else do you want to say before we tap her out?
We're back in the past.
We know that. Lauren, go ahead and take off your headset.
Look who's walking. Oh, God.
Let's tap a leg.
I got short of breath.
Short of breath. Personally?
Dear Lord.
Oh, you did have like a little firework thing in there, didn't you?
Oh,
You okay, Lauren?
that was terrifying.
Alright, let's take a look at some of these images that you saw. First off, don't get up. Either one of you, don't get up. I don't want baby giraffes falling on the ground. Oh, look, we got another image
10
coming through.
minutes?
Yes. Like 9.5. We cut it a little short because we weren't really giving as much. So let's take a look at these images that you just gave us.